Revolvers have long been regarded as some of the most dependable firearms in history, praised for their simplicity, power, and legendary reliability. But even the most trusted machines aren't without flaws. In this video, we're diving deep into the most common mechanical failure that can affect your revolver: timing malfunction. Timing may sound like a small detail, but in a revolver, it's everything. When you pull the trigger, the cylinder must rotate and align a chamber perfectly with the barrel. If this synchronization fails even by the smallest margin, you're looking at a dangerous situation. Misalignment can cause the bullet to shave against the forcing cone, sending metal fragments flying sideways. It not only risks injury to you and bystanders, but also damages your firearm internally, possibly beyond repair. The problem is, timing issues don't always show obvious signs. You might notice some lead splatter or minor accuracy loss and think little of it. But left unchecked, these can snowball into major malfunctions or, worse, permanent failure. Fortunately, timing problems are entirely preventable and fixable if caught early. In this episode, we'll teach you how to spot the warning signs, how to test your revolver for timing issues, and what maintenance steps can keep your wheel gun in peak condition. If you own or plan to own a revolver, this is must-know information that could save your firearm and protect your safety. Stay tuned, and let's keep your revolver running right. Have you ever wondered what makes a revolver so reliable? While their simplicity is often praised, there's one critical mechanical detail that's often overlooked even by experienced shooters: timing. Understanding this concept is key to ensuring your revolver stays accurate, safe, and dependable. So, what exactly is revolver timing? In simple terms, timing refers to the precise synchronization between the cylinder and the barrel. Every time you pull the trigger or cock the hammer, the cylinder rotates, positioning the next chamber in line with the barrel's forcing cone. When timing is correct, that chamber aligns perfectly, allowing the bullet to pass smoothly from the cylinder into the barrel and onward to the target. But if the timing is off even slightly, the consequences can be serious. A mistimed revolver means the chamber doesn't fully align with the barrel. As a result, the bullet may scrape against the edge of the forcing cone, shaving off fragments of lead or copper. These metal shards can exit the sides of the revolver at high speed, posing a real danger to the shooter or anyone nearby. Worse still, repeated misalignment can cause long-term damage to your revolver: cracks in the forcing cone, deformation of the barrel, and declining accuracy. It's a subtle issue that many overlook until it's too late. In this video, we'll break down how revolver timing works, show you the signs of a potential timing problem, and explain how to check it safely at home. Whether you're a seasoned revolver owner or new to wheel guns, mastering this topic will help you keep your firearm in peak operating condition for years to come. Don't take timing for granted. Learn what to look for and protect your investment. Why revolver timing issues are more dangerous than you think, symptoms, risks, and what you must watch for. Revolvers are often praised for their mechanical simplicity and legendary reliability. They're the kind of firearm you can load, store, and expect to work when needed, even after years of sitting untouched. But behind their reputation lies a subtle yet serious vulnerability that every revolver owner must understand: timing malfunctions. A revolver's timing refers to the critical synchronization between the rotating cylinder and the stationary barrel. When functioning correctly, the cylinder aligns the cartridge perfectly with the barrel's forcing cone before the hammer drops. But what happens when that synchronization is even slightly off? The symptoms of a timing problem may seem minor at first, but they can quickly escalate into something far more serious. One of the first red flags is a failure of the cylinder to properly lock into position. You may not even notice this at first, especially when firing in double-action mode, where the momentum of the cylinder can sometimes catch up just in time. But in single-action mode, or under close observation, this failure becomes more obvious. The cylinder may feel loose, or you might notice it doesn't quite click into place before the hammer falls. What's the risk? Misalignment. If the chamber isn't precisely aligned with the barrel, the bullet may scrape against the edge of the forcing cone during discharge. That contact doesn't just rob your shot of accuracy, it can be hazardous. Tiny lead fragments or copper jacket shavings can shear off and be expelled sideways, striking the shooter or a nearby bystander. Yes, you read that right. You could be injured by fragments coming from your own revolver, even if everything else seems to be working fine. This is not a theoretical risk, it happens. In fact, many experienced shooters have personal stories involving minor injuries or close calls due to unnoticed timing problems. A small piece of metal traveling at high velocity can cause real damage, especially to the face or eyes. If you're lucky, it leaves a scar. If not, the consequences could be far worse, and the danger doesn't stop there. Continued firing with a mistimed cylinder places excessive stress on the forcing cone, the part of the barrel that guides the bullet into the rifling. Over time, that stress can result in cracks, erosion, or even catastrophic failure of the barrel. Repairs can be costly if they're even possible. In many cases, replacing the barrel may cost almost as much as a new revolver. Worse yet, some older models may be impossible to restore due to a lack of replacement parts. If timing issues are ignored entirely, you run the rare but very real risk of a complete mechanical failure. Enthusiasts call it a kaboom when a round detonates under unsafe pressure due to misalignment, potentially rupturing the cylinder or frame. While rare, this type of failure can destroy the revolver and seriously injure the shooter. So what can you do? The first step is awareness. If you notice lead or copper flakes exiting from the sides of the revolver after each shot, take it seriously. If your accuracy starts to degrade unexpectedly, check the cylinder alignment. And if your cylinder feels loose, rocks back and forth, or doesn't fully lock up before firing, stop using the firearm immediately. Next, perform a basic lockup check. With your unloaded revolver, slowly cock the hammer and observe the cylinder. It should rotate and lock securely into place before the hammer is fully cocked. Gently test for movement. Excessive wiggle or resistance is a warning sign. And if you're unsure, take your revolver to a qualified gunsmith for a professional evaluation. Routine maintenance also plays a role. Keep your revolver clean, especially around the forcing cone and cylinder ratchet. Dirt and debris can accelerate wear. And never underestimate the importance of using high-quality ammunition. Cheap, out-of-spec rounds can introduce inconsistent pressures and speed up timing degradation. Finally, treat your revolver with the respect it deserves. These are precision instruments, strong, yes, but not indestructible. Avoid dry firing without snap caps and inspect your revolver regularly, especially if it's a daily carry or trusted for self-defense. In summary, timing issues are not common, but they are real. The symptoms are subtle, the risks are high, and the consequences can be severe if ignored. But with awareness, regular checks, and timely action, you can keep your revolver running safely for decades to come. If this video helped you understand something new about revolvers, let us know in the comments. Have you ever experienced or seen a timing issue firsthand? Share your story. Your experience might help others stay safe too. How to detect timing problems in revolvers. While revolvers are widely respected for their reliability and simplicity, they are not immune to mechanical issues. One of the most significant yet often overlooked problems is a timing malfunction. Proper revolver timing refers to the precise synchronization between the rotation of the cylinder and the alignment of the chamber with the barrel's forcing cone at the exact moment the hammer falls. When this process is off even slightly, it can compromise accuracy, safety, and overall functionality. Detecting such issues early is essential to maintaining your revolver's reliability. 1. Observe cylinder alignment in single action mode. The most straightforward way to diagnose timing problems is by observing cylinder alignment during single action operation. With the revolver unloaded, slowly cock the hammer by hand. Watch closely to ensure the cylinder rotates fully and locks firmly into place before the hammer reaches its final cocked position. If the cylinder stops short or hesitates before locking, that's a red flag. In single action, there's no momentum from the trigger pull to mask timing issues. So it's easier to spot misalignment here than in double action mode. If the cylinder doesn't fully lock up, this could mean the hand, ratchet, or cylinder stop is worn or out of sync. 2. Check for excessive cylinder play. Once the hammer is cocked, gently try to wiggle the cylinder side to side or front to back. A properly timed revolver should have minimal movement. A slight bit of play is normal, but excessive looseness can indicate that the cylinder is not locking into place securely, which is a core symptom of timing failure. This test is best done with a revolver unloaded and held in a safe direction. 3. Look for debris ejection after firing. Another visible symptom of timing issues is the presence of debris after firing. When a chamber isn't perfectly aligned with the barrel, the bullet can shear slightly as it enters the forcing cone. This causes lead fragments or jacket material to be expelled sideways from the cylinder gap. If you or someone near you notices sparks, particles, or small bits of metal flying sideways during a shot, this is a strong warning sign. Not only can these fragments cause injury to the shooter or bystanders, especially the shooter's support hand or face, but it also signals that the revolver's internals are no longer functioning as they should. 4. Perform manual lockup tests. For a more hands-on approach, perform a manual lockup test. With an unloaded revolver, cock the hammer slowly and feel for resistance or hesitation as the cylinder rotates. As the cylinder approaches full rotation, it should click into a firm lockup. Then, keeping the hammer cocked, try rocking the cylinder gently with your fingers. There should be little to no movement. If the cylinder seems unsure or takes too long to lock in place, or worse, if it can be moved significantly while the hammer is back, it may not be properly timed. This could allow a chamber to fire when it's not fully aligned with the barrel, increasing the risk of long-term damage or even catastrophic failure. 5. Consult a qualified gunsmith if unsure. If you're unsure about what you're seeing or feeling during any of these checks, don't guess. Revolvers are mechanical instruments with precisely fitted parts. Timing issues can be subtle and often worsen over time. Taking the gun to a certified gunsmith is the safest course of action. A qualified professional can measure the revolver's timing with specialized gauges, test lockup under live conditions, and assess wear on the internal components like the hand, ratchet, cylinder stop, and forcing cone. If caught early, most timing problems can be repaired quickly and affordably. In many cases, simply replacing a worn hand or adjusting internal parts can restore function. In summary, detecting timing problems isn't difficult, but it requires careful attention and routine inspections. Whether you're using your revolver for self-defense, target practice, or collecting, it's vital to ensure that it locks up correctly and fires safely. By observing cylinder movement, checking for debris, and conducting regular maintenance, you can extend your revolver's life and retain the safety and accuracy it was designed to deliver. Remember, a revolver may be simple, but it still deserves expert care. How to fix and prevent revolver timing issues. Even though revolvers are known for their legendary reliability, no mechanical device is immune to wear. When it comes to revolvers, one of the most serious and potentially dangerous problems is a timing malfunction. The good news is that timing issues are not only fixable, but also largely preventable if you know what to look for and how to respond. Whether you're a first-time owner or a seasoned shooter, maintaining the safety and performance of your revolver should be a top priority. Stop shooting immediately. The moment you suspect a timing problem, such as a misaligned cylinder, fragments ejecting from the side, or excessive cylinder play, stop using the gun immediately. Continuing to fire a revolver with compromised timing can lead to serious damage, both to the firearm and potentially to yourself or bystanders. A misaligned cylinder may shear bullets, degrade accuracy, damage the forcing cone, or, in extreme cases, contribute to catastrophic failure. The sooner you stop shooting, the greater the chance of avoiding expensive repairs or injury. Consult a qualified gunsmith. Once you've identified a potential timing issue, your next step is to bring the revolver to a qualified gunsmith. Many timing problems are caused by wear on internal components such as the hand, the part that rotates the cylinder, the ratchet, or the cylinder stop. A competent gunsmith will inspect these parts using specialized tools and determine if they need adjusting or replacing. The fix might be as simple as fitting a new hand or tweaking the timing to ensure proper lockup before firing. In most cases, this type of repair is straightforward and can bring your revolver back to factory performance standards quickly. Ignoring small timing issues, on the other hand, can result in progressive wear that may eventually render the firearm unsafe or unrepairable. Routine maintenance is key. Preventing timing problems begins with routine care. Cleaning and lubricating your revolver after each use isn't just about aesthetics, it helps preserve its mechanical precision. Carbon fouling and debris can build up around the cylinder, forcing cone and moving parts, accelerating wear and interfering with lockup. During cleaning, take the opportunity to inspect your revolver for early warning signs. Check the cylinder's rotation and lockup, look for excessive movement, and inspect the forcing cone for any signs of cracking or stress. Keeping your revolver in a clean, lubricated state goes a long way in preventing issues before they begin. Use high-quality ammunition only. The type of ammunition you feed into your revolver plays a significant role in its long-term health. Cheap, low-quality, or out-of-spec rounds can exert abnormal stress on your revolver's internal parts, including the timing system. Inconsistent powder charges, poorly seated bullets, or defective cases may accelerate wear and increase the likelihood of mechanical problems. Stick with reputable brands and ensure you're using the correct caliber for your firearm. If you're unsure about a certain batch of ammo, it's better to skip it than risk damaging a finely tuned piece of machinery. Avoid dry firing without snap caps. Dry firing is a common practice for training or testing trigger pull, but it can be harmful to revolvers if done without the proper precautions. Specifically, repeatedly dropping the hammer on an empty chamber can cause unnecessary stress on the firing pin and internal timing components. Over time, this can contribute to timing drift or damage. If you plan to dry fire your revolver regularly, always use snap caps dummy rounds designed to absorb the hammer's impact safely. This small investment can protect your revolver's longevity and maintain precise timing alignment. Revolvers have earned their reputation as some of the most reliable firearms ever made, but even the best tools have their weak points. As we've explored in this video, timing issues may be rare, but when they occur, they can compromise both the safety and performance of your firearm. Fortunately, with early detection, routine maintenance, and the right knowledge, these problems are not only manageable, they're preventable. Whether you're a lifelong revolver enthusiast or just starting your journey, understanding how to keep your gun in peak condition is crucial. Don't wait for a malfunction to remind you how important maintenance really is. We'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced timing problems with a revolver? What steps do you take to maintain your firearms? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Stay safe and keep shooting smart.